project vehicle that hasn't been on the channel yet, and that's because it's been requiring a lot of body work, and you've seen me do that already, and it's just doesn't make really good content either way. This is a 99 GMC Suburban with a 5.7 Vortec. As you can see, the front grill's off of it. That's because it's in good shape actually, and I've been monkeying around on this thing and I don't want to break it, so it's in the back of my garage. But it's got rod knock. We did lifters in it because we thought possibly we had a bad lifter, so yeah. All right, so this 5.7 has a rod knock. It doesn't sound great, comes and goes. You might have the same problem. If you think it would just be sensible to pull the motor and rebuild the motor outside of the truck, you'd be right. But we're not going to do that. We're going to change rod bearings inside of the truck, because why not? This motor, I've already dug into it a little bit, and I know I'm kind of bringing it in kind of late, but this is generally straightforward stuff that I already did. The fan shroud out, which is 9 bolts. You have a couple on top and you have a couple in the corners of the fan shroud. It's 2-piece, and then you have 2 down below. You take those out, and then you take your fan out with a fan clutch tool, or I think somebody said like a 36mm wrench. I don't know. Not really gonna split hairs about it because I have a fan clutch tool kit. But either way, you take that out, and then the bottom part of the fan shroud comes out. Then you take your 2 motor bolts out, which is a 5/8 head of the bolt and an 11/16 on the nut side of it. All right, following along so far? No, I know it's a lot of information. You'll see it all whenever you get in there. It's not too bad. But I do recommend pull all of your spark plugs out like I did, because I wanted to bore scope and make sure everything was all right inside of there. I pulled all my plugs out and set them aside because we will be reusing them, because I'm cheap and on a budget. So, but the reason for taking the motor mount bolts out is you got to jack the motor up. This is a 2-wheel drive Suburban, so it's a lot easier on this than it is a 4-wheel drive. I believe on the 4-wheel drive you would have to drop the front axle out of it, which isn't too hard, and if you're already doing this, you're mechanically inclined enough to do that. I'm rambling here. So yeah, those are the things you got to take off the top. Now it's time to get down below. Let's do that. As you can see, I have a coolant leak. My water pump is leaking out of the weep hole. Don't worry about that, because that's not going to bite me in the ass. You have all your bolts down along here on each side of the oil pan. See, motor mount bolt right there, motor mount bolt right there. You have your, they are 10mm bolts, and you have your 4 corner ones. The small ones are 10 mil, the big ones are 13 mil or 1/2 inch, and yeah, either way, all I got to do is pull the 4 corner ones, and then, if you're wondering what I'm sitting on, it's an old memory foam mattress. I got smart and kept the memory foam, so whenever I lay in my driveway, I lay on memory foam. It's a good tip. Now don't go to the garbage and pull someone else's, but your own, do it, it's well worth it. You could take a nap, and if you're like me and your wife's watching you, she'll think you're working, but you're actually taking a nap. Then you get a block of wood or an engine hoist and you chain up the motor, and then you pick it up 5 or 6 inches, pop the oil pan. You have to force it a little bit past the exhaust, and boop, out it comes. And then set the motor back down on the motor mounts and clean up your oil pan, and then look at your rods, because you're going to be spending the next how many ever hours doing this. Now I'm gonna check the distributor. See? Oil pan's loose. Let me check the distributor. Got plenty of room there. Here you go. Up, up. All right, and move your transmission lines, and you gotta fiddle and play with it. It's kind of dark down here and hard to get a camera on, so I'm gonna do that real quick, and when I get it close to coming out, I'll show you. All right, I don't know how well you can see, but it's literally battery died while I was in the middle of that, but either way, oil pan's off. Tomorrow, it's getting late. Tomorrow, we're gonna hit it and we're gonna check this stuff out. So, and we're gonna have a second hand here. So, I will catch you tomorrow. Maybe. All right, so rod bearings, you gotta measure them. You gotta measure the journals with a caliper. It'll get you pretty close. These aren't the best thing, but they're close enough. If you're on a budget, they're decent. If you don't have the money to spend on high quality ones like me, they're perfect. But when you're done measuring them, order the correct bearings. I had to do some trial and error because, one, my fat fingers don't get in places really well. But Marshall got it measured, and we came up with standard size bearings. And well, that's in. After cleaning them all up, slid new bearings back in. So, and then you reverse your process. You put everything back together the way you took it apart. Not real hard. I think I'm gonna go grab the keys and start this thing up so you can hear it. No more rod knot. 60 pounds of oil pressure at idle. It's still cool. It sits at about 20 whenever it's all warmed up, and it gains it as it drives, like the sunflowers. My wife does. I'll show you in the next clip why. I didn't want to bore you with sheet metal work because, well, you've seen it on the Camaro. Done lower quarters, front lower quarters, replaced fenders, done it on both sides. I've done lower door skin on that door, and I had to patch the wheel arch here and do rockers because Suburbans rot in the rocker all the time. They rot in the wheel arches where I'm at all the time. The dog legs, which is this area here, they always rot. But all that's repaired, done. Nothing fun and nothing eventful about that. But we're gonna paint. Big thing. Hey, look, I got it in one frame. Yeah. Cool. All right, it's already taped off. Make sure that tape sticks. It's not gonna be great. I gotta get gun set up, paint kind of mixed up. We're shooting primer first, and when I get all that mixed up, I'll show you what we're using. So the paint we're using for this thing is, well, not your ordinary automotive paint, because I have kids and I have animals that like to go in and out of vehicles and scratch things up. You need something a little bit heavy duty. So tractor paint. What's it gonna hurt? It's Rust-Oleum. We're using primer first. Yeah, yes, primer first. I know, that's not normal, but gray primer. That's gonna be a sacrificial coat that we put on this to see how crappy my body work is. Hope it's not too bad and hope I don't have to do a ton of work, but it's probably gonna happen. Rust-Oleum tractor paint black. Along with the Rust-Oleum tractor paint, we're gonna use a little bit of hardener in it. In both, and I got clear, same tractor paint, just clear to go on top of it. We're gonna see how that works out because yeah, we didn't do that with the Monty. We just sprayed color on it. But I have been using this hardener and this paint at work for a while, and it works pretty well, and it stands up to a lot. I don't clear a lot of stuff at work. I just spray primer and then spray black, and then it just ships out and goes. So I see it every day, and it doesn't really wear that bad. I'll say it, and we deal with a lot of chemicals. We'll just say that. So, all right, got paint mixed up. A little bit of acetone to thin it out.
Or prime.
Look, one frame again, and it's gray. Yeah, got the first coat on. It's not the greatest coat in the world. I was having some trouble with the gun, and then finally it started working out as I got down to here, but still wasn't perfect. That don't look too shabby. That don't look too shabby. Don't look too shabby. It's kind of overlap because I was kind of trying to get a coat on it, but not trying to put it on too heavy in case I needed to do a bunch of work to it. I wouldn't be taking a ton of paint off and wasting a lot of it. I'd be able to make the most of what I got, and which I did. Once I missed the spot. Missed the spot. Okay, I missed some paint. Leave me alone. But it's gonna get another coat of paint anyways, or another coat of primer before anything. I got no respirator, no nothing, because I'm smart, as you can tell. But yeah, it's gonna get another coat, and we're gonna let this tack up and dry, and then I'm gonna try it out with this gun again. I just went through and cleaned it. I wanted to make sure I just at least got one coat completely done on everything. No, the hood is not done because this is not the hood we're using. As you can see, clear coat is peeling. There's a hole in it. No sense in patching it when my buddy has a good one that is being given to me for it, but it needs painted. So I'll paint that once this is completely squared away. But right now, that's an update. It's gray. All right, I might put another coat now. I don't know yet. I need a break. It's hotter than Walmart on the first of the month. Just saying. All right, I'm gonna go take a break. It's more humid than Cuba right now. But yesterday we got the second coat of primer on it and let it sit overnight, scuffed it, tack cloth it, and started putting the black on it. So Let's do that. All right, first coat of black is on. My nose is stuck together. I'm gonna be picking black boogers for about a week. But gonna let this dry overnight. I'm gonna kill the lights and just let it bake and hopefully come out tomorrow and the paint didn't fall off. What is up, everybody? It's been a while since the last clip, to be 100% honest. Life has really picked up and gotten crazy. There's a project behind me. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, I don't know how to end this video because the way I left off was, well, basically, well, we're painting and waiting for paint to dry. Well, all that happened, and, well, I didn't know where to pick up from there because, well, the city came after me because, well, the Camaro got pushed outside for 3 days and the city came after me. They wanted the house cleaned up. They wanted stuff different. Well, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Make them happy. I had to play hokey pokey, turn myself around and move everything around, and, well, I did that. But I also destroyed a GoPro because, well, they're not good to more than a day at the water park. So keep that in mind. That was my GoPro 11. We're back on GoPro 8. But yes, truck is done. It is doing actually pretty well. It has been inspected for my state, plated and insured, and we put about almost 500 miles on it. Knock on wood. It is actually doing pretty well. Minor things that we did not know in this whole process of getting it done was fuel gauge does not work. That's coming in the mail. Speedo is way off. Anything above 45? It's about 15 miles an hour off. Do I really care? I have GPS for a reason. Can I suffer through? Yes. Can my wife? No. So in time we'll figure that out. Does it need lowered? Yes, because it's two-wheel drive. Will that happen? That's up to the wife. Either way, we're figuring this out as we go. Like I said, I don't know how to end this video because I have wheels and tires for this thing. Wife doesn't like the tires. I like the tires. It's just a whole bunch of things. Then this project needs to get done. I've been working on it for hours and hours and hours and hours when I get a chance. My son is in football and in baseball. And if any parent watching this knows anything, it takes up 95% of your time if you are not working. And if you're trying to do anything outside of it, good luck. A little bright out here, but there it is. Yep, all one color. It's tractor paint. It's not going to be perfect. It needs wet sanded and buffed and the whole 9 yards, but it needs a bath now. It's been a couple weeks probably since the last clip, to be 100% honest. There's been a bunch that's gone on. My hair's a wreck. Yeah, but she's done great. With everything we've done in the last month or two on this thing, it just did roughly 500 miles. It's almost got 1,000 on it since I've had it on the road. And it's done relatively like great, other than some minor things like fuel gauge and whatnot. But yeah, you just throw money in it like you do any other time and it'll do fine. But other than that, I know this video is kind of awkward and jumps around, but it takes a lot to record with how busy my schedule is, unless I want to skip things and do this, and time is valuable. So all right guys, with that being said, it's your project, do it your way. This is how I'm doing mine, and it's big and it's black and it's like your ex-girlfriend. Everybody fits inside. So with that being said, bye.